There are huge warnings in the Fortnite Battle Royale map right now that hint towards a massive disaster or an earthquake coming at the end of Season 7. The stone statue over at Tomato Temple has moved yet again, and it seems to be looking over outside of the Fortnite map at the mountain in the background. And there seems to be something funny going on there, and today we're going to find out what it is. So the stone statue over at Polar Peak has moved yet again. It has been moving over the past few weeks into different positions, and now we can see by this video that it seems to be squinting its eyes and putting its hand on its forehead, as many people do in a day-to-day basis, to kind of block the sun from their vision, to see things that are far away. This is a very common position, and the stone statue seems to be doing that exact thing to look over at the mountain that is in the background of the Fortnite map. You can't go there, you can't visit it, you can't even build across or anything. It's just a scenic background image, but there's something fishy about it. If you look over at the mountain and zoom in with the camera in replay mode and look over at the mountain, you can see that there is a faint glimmer of light coming out from it. It's like a shining star in the background, or a shining maybe fire, or maybe some build-up of lava to do with it. We have never seen this before, and it's only come about with the introduction of the Fire King, or the prisoner skin in the map. And the stone statue seems to be concerned about it. He doesn't know what to make of it. It's not as if he's pointing at it and he knows what it is and he's warning us about it. He's confused as well. He's looking over there in the same way that we are, trying to figure out what this thing is. So maybe these stone statues have no idea what it is, and they're just observing this for the first time, and we're probably going to find out what it is later on. But my guess is that's where the Fire King is right now. That's where the prisoner is at this moment in time. He escaped from the prison and he's been let loose across the Fortnite map, and the first thing he did was melt all of the snow on the map, returning it to its current state, and he's gone over to that mountain in the background to kind of rest, maybe build his strength, maybe get ready for the end of Season 7 and get ready for the event. And maybe, as I said in a previous video, this is the mountain that he's going to make a volcano out of, because it doesn't seem to be a coincidence. The stone statue is looking over at the light on this mountain, and we don't know where the Fire King is. We can't find him in the actual Fortnite map, but we can see this faint light over at the mountain in the background where we can't access, and so I believe that's where he is. He's probably going to trigger some sort of event that's going to create a volcano, and through that volcano we're going to be seeing lava spill out everywhere. We're going to be seeing changes in the Fortnite ground as lava surges into the map. There's going to be cracks in the earth, and there's going to be huge earthquakes that change the map forever. And this could be what we use the bunkers for in the map. Since Season 4, these bunkers have been in the map, and we've been trying to decipher what they've been used for. We originally thought it was for the rocket that has been launched. We then thought it was something to do with the snow, the massive snowstorm that came into the map. We thought we would have to use these bunkers in order to shelter from the storm, but now it turns out that we might be using these bunkers to shelter ourselves from the massive volcano, from the earthquake, and we're going to be using these to protect ourselves. Another curious thing is the ship over on the Viking village part of the map. This ship came into the map with the introduction of Season 5, I believe it was, and it's been there ever since, in the water, pretty much, frozen. It's been held up by wooden struts to prevent it from moving, and we could be seeing this being used to shelter people from the earthquake. Maybe it isn't the bunkers, but it is the ship, because if you look at where the ship is placed and how it is positioned, it is just before the edge of a massive cliff and a massive waterfall, and with the introduction of the earthquake and the volcanoes, it could melt all of the snow and ice currently in the map, turning it all into water, and we could be seeing a flood and the ice melt, causing the ship to move down the waterfall and down into the kind of frozen lake section that we see Greasy Grove in at the minute. And when we could see the ship finally being used in the map in a way to kind of protect us and to shelter us from this event. This could possibly be a reference to Noah's Ark, in where a higher power brought a flood to bring balance and to cleanse the land of evil. God is thought to have used water, as in the flood, to clean the world of wickedness and evil, to give people a second chance to start over. Okay, that's the story of Noah's Ark. There's a similar message here. The Ice King is the evil, and the Fire King, the prisoner, wants to cleanse the map of the Ice King and cleanse the map of evil and restore the balance, because that is in his description. He is out to restore balance to the Fortnite map. Now, he could do this by causing an earthquake that would heat up the map from underneath with lava and melt all of the water, causing parts of the map to flood, including the areas over where the Viking boat is, and that would cause the boat to float and to be used as kind of shelter, you know, as kind of a safety measure for all of us to get on board with and to ride out this flood during the event. After the event, we could be seeing the boat go around different sections of the map. Maybe there's a new massive body of water being created and the ship kind of floats about. Maybe this is the introduction of what Donald Mustard tweeted a few weeks ago about there being kind of underwater exploration after Season 7 finishes, and as Season 8 approaches and starts, we could be seeing huge sections of the map being flooded and the Viking boat being used to kind of travel around. Maybe it's floating freely in the water and it has loot on it, and maybe we could be going underwater and exploring due to this event. We could also be seeing the map ripped into different pieces, because obviously with something of this magnitude, with the Fire King, with the amount of power that he has, he could create this supermassive volcano over at the mountain and completely split the map into different pieces and maybe make different sections of the map for different elements. Currently, we have the desert biome, we have the snow biome, and we have the regular grassy biome, but we could be seeing the introduction of maybe a fire biome, so there's 4 different areas of the map, and that could kind of correspond to the whole round table thing inside of the ice castle, because if each one of these chairs on the round table is associated with an element, the Fire King could create this earthquake and split the map into different areas, and maybe each member of that round table could control each part of the map, perhaps. So the Ice King is obviously in control of the ice. There's probably a water elemental, you know, so there's the Ice King, maybe a Water King that could come into play when the ice melts. There's the Fire King, which is in control of like the fire element and the volcano and the lava, and there's probably like an earth elemental that is in control of like the desert area and the ground and everything. So all these pieces could come together and we could be seeing the map split into 4 or 5 different sections, and each of the elements being controlled by these people, because we know that at least 2 of these people exist, with the Fire King and the Ice King. We have no idea where the others are. They aren't imprisoned, their bodies haven't been found. Maybe they fled the land somewhere else in kind of hiding from the Ice King because of all the stuff that he's done. You know, imprisoning the Fire King, the other elementals didn't want to get involved. So maybe when the Fire King does come back with his power and overthrows the Ice King, we could be seeing the return of the other elemental kings, and we could be seeing the introduction of 4 or 5 different biomes to the map that would completely change the way the game is played for Season 8. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. And obviously, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the Fortnite news. And with that, my name has been Sleek Ozzy, and I will see each and every one of you in my next video. Goodbye, guys.